Nope.
Surprise, motherfucker.
The M41 Walker Texas Ranger is a 6.3 battle rating glass machine gun that is a proof that you don't need cheat FS at tier 4 to be Chuck fucking Norris. The M41 follows the US tradition of making light tanks that we end up don't really liking in the end. Just like the Chaffee. Seriously, after we spent millions of our tax dollars developing the T41 prototype and getting the Bulldog into service, the army decided that they wanted to throw this shit out the back of an airplane. And they couldn't, because despite giving it less armor than a fucking Panzer III, it was still as obese as a third of the state of Mississippi. So they ditched that shit faster than Britney Spears dropped her baby and came up with the Sheridan and the M56 Scorpion, which both ended up being just as much of a waste of time and money. And people wonder why we can't seem to lower the national debt. In any case, before I go any further, I would like to thank Excel and iMala for sending their replays in to make this review possible. Now let's get on with this stupid shit. As for getting places, this thing is more like driving a fucking NASCAR with a gun and a fully rotating turret mounted on top. It has a top speed of 45 miles per hour or 72 kilometers per hour if you're a metric peasant. Most of the time, however, it will sit around 40 kilometers per hour. As for reverse speed, it is certainly not bad, but as far as light tanks go, it's pretty lackluster at 10 kilometers per hour. So be careful when charging around corners like a drunk driver on a Friday night. As for mobility, the Hull Traverse is quite good, meaning that you can quickly change directions and stiff arm people with your 76mm middle finger like Adrian Peterson. As for armor, you know what, let's not waste our time here. However, it should be mentioned that you have a giant fucking hot dog stand of an ammo rack right in the front of your hull which you cannot remove. But we will talk about ammo loadouts later. Onto the gun. The 76mm M32 machine gun is capable of firing up to 10 super hardened hot dogs per minute with an A-screw. Which brings the reload down to 5.9 seconds. This means that you can beat the rate of fire of any tier 4 vehicle except for SBAAs and the T92, which you unlock next. As for your choices of frozen hot dog, you have 3 options. The M339 kosher app round, which doesn't cost you anything. The M319 vegetarian, which should be avoided at all costs.
Oh my god, that was badass!
And the M331 a 2 manly dog, which is the only shells you should use once you unlock them. The manly dogs have a penetration of 231mm at manly range. You combine the machine gun-like rate of fire and the manliness of your New York hot dogs with the mobility of the chassis, and you have a vehicle that puts the Hellcat to shame. However, before we get into the boring shit, we should go over your ammunition count. When you get into a battle, load at least 22 rounds of manly ammo and kindly tell HE to go fuck itself. This will remove all but your biggest hot dog stand. This whole process, however, is really only to make your ass feel better, since nearly anything that even looks at the general landmass that you are on will kill you with 1 or 2 shots. As for crew skills, focus on tank driving for more initial D, weapon reloading for more ammo, leadership because level 3 mage, and targeting for faster NLG quickscopes. As for modifications, go for parts, turret drive, FPE, M319 shot, M331 a 2 shot, and enforcing the draft. Afterwards, focus on mobility upgrades and gun improvements with barrage spells getting thrown and their at your own leisure. As for how you play the vehicle, you have 2 options. You can be cheeky or manly. The cheeky option is recommended for those people who just got this machine and for the early stages of the match. During this time, it's your job to ambush and surprise filthy peasants which think they are so cool getting to the battle first. If you don't have the manly rounds and are stuck with kosher dogs, avoid being manly at all costs and position yourself for side shots and go for ammo racks. If you have a PDS and want to be manly, you take those fuckers head on cause being cheeky is for pussies. Aim for gunners, ammo racks, cannon breaches and immobilizing shots. Even if you don't kill him, you have made him that much easier to kill for your allies. So there you have it. The M41 Walker Texas Rambo. Now get out there and bring democracy to all the big fat stupid heavy tanks.